Hey guys, let me get a 5x5 because again, I'm doing this new internet first thing. I mean, for the first Sunday chat, but it worked pretty good last live when I checked. It did pretty good. And I'm gonna see who all we have in here. If you can hear me and see me fine, I'd appreciate it. And my StreamYard is frozen, so hopefully it's fine on your end. Let me see. I saw T-Paul in here. Good to see you. I was just thinking about you yesterday. Thanks, Miss Sharon. Nancy, how are you? Are you crocheting stuff? I crochet. So does my oldest daughter. Okay. Thank you for everybody telling me it's good. That's something I do. I'm on my Granny Squares kick lately. I sit there and do that while we watch movies or whatever. Let me see who all we have in here. And then I saw Billy Boy, how are you? Miss Sharon, of course, she's in charge. Do what she says. Hey, TT1. Coffee, how are you? I need to get up with you later. Sorry, I've been crazy busy, but I'm going to send you an email this afternoon. Hey, Robin, Colleen, Sandra, Thistle Moon, good to see you. Put things in all caps for me like you're screaming at me or I may miss it. Hey, Montana Nana. Anyone I may miss, I am sorry. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Gypsy Soul, how are you? Good to see everybody. I appreciate you guys. So anyways, a couple things I want to bring up. I do want to say I am on you can ask Huckleberry. I'm on a houseplant kick. Y'all know, if y'all have been around me, you know, I will kill a houseplant. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I can grow anything outside, but houseplants, I don't know, especially anything that's like a succulent or something, I'll kill it quick. So that is what I've been on a kick of that lately because I don't have a garden to go out into until we start planting our fall garden stuff. Hey, Don, how are you? So I've been doing that. Pray for my houseplants. I'm sure they're scared because, anyways, I hit up one of my best friends. She is the houseplant whisperer. She knows everything about houseplants. So I keep getting up with her, but that's what I've been doing here lately. Plus, it's miserable hot out, and the mosquitoes, especially since the storm and we had all the flood water and we still have some out here, they are unreal. They are so bad. So I'm into house more. Hey, QV Farmer, how are you? Good to see you. Hoping I'm not missing anything. Oh, you're traveling? Are you traveling around right now? I know you didn't. So, Miss Sharon, just get him. Hey, Hudson. I appreciate you, Hudson. Yeah, I know. And look, speaking of that, I do have people. I've had people, not everybody in here are my regular people, that will get up with me they've left it in my comments. I don't know if Hudson and any other creators have had this, and they will get mad at me for my ads of what I stand for. We do not get to pick our ads. We don't. But yes, it does. That's the game we have to play over here. I appreciate y'all who do sit through the miserable ads. It depends on what it is. Certain ones are good. So I think it's because we're outside and doing stuff more. All that I'm very attentive to. Then inside I'm like, oh, I haven't watered you in 2 weeks. I get it. Oh, now, yeah, I do. Now there's some that I can grow and they're fine. I don't have any issues with. Like I'm not one that could like have orchids and they would do great. They're just probably not going to survive here. I don't do succulents, and that's supposed to be the easiest plant. I don't, unless it's like aloe vera or something. I don't. Hey, Clan Walkins. Oh, is this your first live chat? Thank you for being here. Hey, McBain. Good to see you. Now I have tons of aloe plants, humongous. And they're out, but they grow outside just fine here as well. They're everywhere. And, I about can't kill those. Go figure. It just depends, I guess. I have some, if they're real temperamental and you need to mist them and cuddle them and stuff, I'll forget. They'll die. But anyways, that's what I've been doing because I like plants and nature stuff and whatever. And so I have to adapt it and overcome. That's what I'm doing, right? Because I don't have my garden outside until we do fall stuff. I think we're going to do all our fall stuff in container gardens. I think it's just going to be easier for us right now and letting that ground water. I mean, it's gone where in the garden stuff, all that water's gone, but just because it needs time for several rains to rinse off a lot of stuff. I feel too cold in the well. Hey, Killing Grilling, how are you? Oh, you drive safe. The plants, some of them I don't even, it's fine. If they're real finicky and little divas, there's not gonna work out. That's right, Miss Sharon, we do. I truly do appreciate you guys and all of you who were so patient in my time that I needed off, and then my internet issues. And I hopefully this is working out just fine. This is the last option. It better be. Ads weren't bad. AI. Oh yeah, AI is going to take over everything. That's what I think. Hey, Wild Bull, how are you? You'll kill an aloe every week. Thistle Moon. Okay, good. I was hoping so because there was a couple the other day when I did it. They said there was a couple freezes. Then yesterday I had some lagging when I was on my phone. I thought, oh my gosh, here we go. But I think it's good so far. I'll see how far behind I am. Hey, Alternative Homesteading, how are you? Rain in Kentucky. Yeah, we have so much water still, but it's just been a mess. But we got a good amount of rain the other day, but not bad. Hey, Marvin, how are you? I did have a good weekend. Thank you. I think more of the rain is up north, guys. I think it's gone up that way. But our time comes because that's what Florida does. That's that subtropical stuff. So anyways, I'm going to talk about a couple things. First of all, I want to talk about, now that it's getting towards like the end of summer, when they have all the summer stuff on, you'll see a lot of summer things go on clearance. And because of this is a prep thing, especially if I think anyone should have it, especially in hot climates, is these different types, it doesn't have to be this brand, but these different types of like cooling towels. I have several different types. I'm seeing they're clearancing these out. They're clearancing these things out at a lot of different places. And I think that you should have these in your preps for different things because it's miserable hot if you're just working outside, but also grid down stuff. There is no air conditioner and different things. These cooling towels, they are helpful. And being that they're starting to clearance out, grab you some. Put them in your go bags, put some in your car, keep them in your house, wherever you need. I think these are handy things. Little to have any little bit helps with things like that. So those are clearancing out. There's a lot of things when they start changing over their season. There'll be really good prep items that are what they deem seasonal things. Start keeping your eye out for things like that. They just work well. And I'm miserable hot. I told y'all. I live down in Florida. I don't like the heat and anything. Say they work fantastic. Hudson, you couldn't make it without those cooling towels. Yeah, so they're a lot of people use them all the time. But I say you can't have enough of the things like this, and all your go bags in your car, in your house, carry them with you, whatever the situation. You never know, because I always say when shift happens, we're not all going to be cozy at home, 70 degrees with a breeze. They're not going to do it like that, and you may have to get home. It may be when it's hot, different things. You know how it goes. Oh, the I am of me. You're only 7 minutes late. That's good. Oh, see, yeah, Montana, Nana, see the no AC, and you're in Montana. See, I think always like Idaho and Montana. I'm like, oh, they don't get that too hot. I don't know. Do y'all have high humidity there at all, or is it that dry heat? See, I couldn't live in somewhere like Arizona. That dry heat. I knew somebody who lived there for a couple of years, and they said, oh, you have to lay a wet towel on your face at night so you don't get nosebleeds and everything. I mean, that sounds like death to me. You're talking about putting a wet towel on your face because it's so dry. I couldn't do it. So anyways, I want to bring that up because we grabbed some and I'm seeing that they're clearanced out. Grabbing more. You can never have enough things like that. And I'm going to I'm going to address things, and I'm going to have to code it because YouTube has got their little hall monitor people out, and they like to, feel like they're important, and then they smack us for things we say. But I'm going to do the best I can. Too hot and humid in Florida. It's not as humid in Florida as it is in Eastern North Carolina. Eastern North Carolina is a whole other place of itself. I don't know. It's because we always have the ocean breeze, I think. But okay, I'll just make sure I'm not. They're clearance a lot of different places. if you just look, or places that have them, like even like Walmart has their stuff clearance out, Home Depot, what's the sporting place? Academy. There's different places. Even online, they have them. There's different things. They're starting to move those some things deemed summer seasonal things. They're starting to move them up. Goodness, cigar prepper. Let me see. Oh man, that's some bad news. I had my appendix rupture on the table during emergency surgery for something else. There was so much pressure that my appendix, it ruptured, but I was already on the table when that happened. I was many moons ago. I was about 19 when that happened. Better be careful about that. That's no joke. Hey, Yardbirds, did you change your picture? Or is that really you? Good to see you. He's hilarious, guys. He is. Oh, see, the other people are picking it up too. He's hilarious to me. So, anyways, on to what I was saying. It's the hot topic. Everybody's getting all worked up about it. Some people are eating up the bait that, the fear bait they're doing. Some of them, they're pushing it out, and it's everything about the mpox. Now let's talk about that. I'm just going to, because I feel like knowledge is power. Don't freak out. Have what you need, and you do what's best for you. As in, I won't be complying. Moving along. So they changed the name to mpox from monkeypox because they said that it has mutated. Let's talk about this. This stuff I'm going to list right now is what they're claiming. These are not my words. You can go to YouTube, Google. You can go to CDC. This isn't me. This is their words. The mutations that it's done. So they claim it's mutated. And before true monkeypox that's been around, it only spread through close contact. Okay, that's all it had to be. It wasn't something that was like airborne or anything like that. Now they are claiming, not me, that this type is seriously mutated. It is spread easier and not through contact. They're saying that the effects of it are more severe. It affects children greatly than before. Now, let me stop there for a second. They got to have something for that, because the last little, mad scientist thing they played a couple years ago, they said it didn't affect that age group, right? Didn't affect them. Now here we come. Plus, more people will freak out when they say, "Oh my gosh, not the kiddos." So again, let's just be rational about it. So they're saying it can be, and this is the fever, the headache, the severe body aches, the blistery rash, blah, blah, blah. Now they're saying it's more, this is their claim. Now, fear claim, whatever. They're saying it's more airborne. Like if you're in a room with somebody and they sneeze and it's in these droplets, you can contact it that way also, because they're claiming it's mutated to that. That isn't the original thing. And they said that's why they changed it to mpox. I think it's a mad scientist mess around, and it's just a fear thing. I think they said, don't quote me on this part, I think it's like they've claimed it's in like 13 countries now. I'm not 100% sure on that. So knowledge is power about stuff. Hey, Vision, I appreciate you. Anyone I've missed? Yeah, all that type of stuff. Yeah. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything, because if I have, you're gonna have to put it back down here. My apologies. I will get behind. So anyways, this is their claims, and this is their, here we are, 2024. We got to have something new, new on the script. It's all this. Yes, Tiger 13, the CDC. Yeah. So whatever with their stuff. Anyway, so it's the season what they're doing is. Now, the difference is, okay, monkeypox, mpox, like smallpox, is orthopox virus family. Okay. Chickenpox is a herpes type viral family. Okay. So they're not the same. And chickenpox is way more contagious and easily spread. I mean, it is incredibly contagious. But if you're in my age group or above, the thing is, you better go over to, little Johnny's house, and you better go get that before we start kindergarten and get it over with. And you have that lifetime immunity. Now, different viral families, but it's the same thing like this. If somebody gets that virus, they're not going to get it again, a second infection, even if you're exposed to it, because it's kind of lifetime immunity. Dare I say that, because they have this thing. Anyways, you do what's best for you. My thing is use common sense and don't freak out. my biggest take on this is I'm going to go over some things I want you to have. Check my community tab, because 2 years ago in August, and I put it on my community tab. I did videos on this very thing because they tried to pull this card 2 years ago, but they only said it affected a certain community. Okay. This is how they had to alter it, because they needed to affect everything and get everyone on this. My main thing I'm taking from this is, okay, they're planning for a major LDs. And you should know what that is. I don't know if we can say that or not, but usually not. I may get it on this one anyways. That is what I think that they're setting the stage for all this. So my thing is, be ready for that, and whatever your prepping needs are for that. If they do those things, that's what you need to be ready for. Now, remember, the treaty, the pandemic treaty, everybody signed with who? I'm not sure how many countries actually went on board and did that, but that gives them the power, if there's a pandemic, what they can do. And that also includes everything underneath that little umbrella of what they can do and implement, which is different types of mandates and LDs and blah, 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 do whatever. They're going to try to strong arm it this time with that. That is just my opinion, because I think the first time was a trial run. That was a dress rehearsal. They were going to see, how much can we do before we get pushed back, what works, what doesn't, blah, blah, blah. That's what I think is going to end up coming. And we knew this year that was going to happen. So be prepared. Now, there's other things. If you want to talk about, you do what you feel more comfortable with about everything. If I missed anything, hey, Adriana, or anyone's come in. I'm sorry if I've missed you. That's okay, Coffee. I do that all the time. I appreciate it. So if I've missed anything, please put it back down there. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry, because I just get on this little soapbox about this. Hey, Deb, how are you? Oh yeah, go family first. Always family first. YouTube is just after stuff. Okay. Hey, Tiger, how are you? Colleen, I think if I haven't seen you. Anyways, appreciate all you guys. Now, so go to my community tab and check, because I put the 2 videos. There's one that's videos attached to that, and then one of them has a link attached to it. And I talk about what they were doing and how this was going to work, about that virus, and then natural things you can do. So I would say, and I can't say it enough, I've talked about this many times or whatever, Mona Lauren, no, I'm not affiliated with anyone. I am not affiliated with anyone. This one I use, I've talked about, I had Lyme disease. I stay on this in rotations. If there's an exposure or things are going around, whether it's that or something else, something they've played mad scientists and did, viral loads, whatever, Mona Lauren. You're going to have your Mona Lauren. And if you have questions, and I have Mona Lauren videos, and it's the one that everyone gets all over me about because the sound is bad on that video. I am sorry. Put the speaker by your ear. That's just creator problems we run into. And email me if you have questions. Your Mona Lauren, your colloidal silver, and you're going to want to have your olive oregano. Again, I talk about those staples all the time. They're going to help. And even the topical, unrefined, cold pressed coconut oil. I talk about that, topical, different things like that. The viral load, this is what, now, okay, if you don't know anything about Mona Lauren, you haven't heard anything, I've talked about it. If you are allergic to coconuts, have issues with coconuts, you cannot use Mona Lauren or, of course, coconut oil. This is derived from coconuts. The only thing Mona Lauren is in nature is coconuts and women's breast milk. That's it. And it has the same benefits. And they wonder, that's why it's so healthy for babies. It does. Anyways, those are my go-tos. I would say have on hand just in case. That is my 2 cents to help with all of this. I just got a flash about my connection. So am I freezing or anything? Let me know. So let me go back and see if I've missed anything, because that's going to be everywhere, and they're going to try to run with it. I just do. I think they're going to have something, and they just put things in a hat. And it was one of the ones that Bugman himself, the one that he had like 11, and I did that also. It was it's probably over on Rumble. I did that video when I was over on the Liberty Tree, and about the 11 that he was projecting were going to be the next pandemic. Anyways, just be prepared and have knowledge, and you're not going to be scared of things. Hey, Mary, did I say hey to you already? Oh, you're talking about those who've had stuff, smallpox and everything. Yeah, they've done that. There's always GI bugs going around in the summer. It's usually a norovirus. Some of the rotavirus, but that's usually what it is that's going around. Glitched here, Casey. Yeah, I got a little thing up that said that it was. Sound got robotic for a few seconds. I don't know. I'm not the technical person, but I don't know. This is my last option. Maybe it's the stuff I'm saying. I don't know. But that's just how I do it. I always kind of ride that line. Are you scared? Oops. Scared of the bees. Yeah, but just don't play into that, because it's people who are fearful. Now, okay, if you like, hey, this sounds big and scary, what's going on? Okay, well, let's sit down with it and learn about it and educate ourselves. And what do I need to have on hand? The things I talk about having on hand. Be smart, use your common sense. Like anything else, if you go back and look, the original thing of monkeypox, say before it mutated, how they labeled it now, okay? It's like a 99.9% survival rate. It looks horrific. It's very painful. It takes like 2 to 4 weeks to resolve itself. Kind of like chickenpox goes around. Nobody wants anything, but, I'm just not taking the bait, in my opinion. Let's see. Clear feed. Okay, thank you, Billy Boy. Hopefully it's not messing up. It's going to be everywhere. And I think it's going to keep on, they're just going to keep rolling that out because they have to. It's the WHO, it's the CDC. They're talking all their nonsense and they have that power. And we know what's coming up from, November, and then switching of seats, maybe come January, they're going to do something. They have to. They just can't help themselves. Power and greed and evilness. So that's that. If you have questions, email. But go check my community tab for a lot of different things as well. Because a lot of things I can't say on here as much. And I put it up there. And of course, it's about control. See, here goes my StreamYard. It's jumping around. Let's see. Okay, so everybody's talking about stomach virus. Okay, he's got you. Yeah, oil of oregano will get just about anything. That is your go-to power punch for a lot of stuff. Yeah, yes, Tiger. That's why I say it's selection year. Selection infection. That's all it is. I mean, I love how, I find it insulting on the things that they try to spew out. And I'm like, you're insulting me that you think I'm going to believe this. But then there's so many people who just, they get a biscuit and eat it up. It's ridiculous. And to each their own, I guess. But I find it insulting because it's so ridiculous that it only came, and now it's back here again in election year. Something else, this major, whatever. I'm sure not. They usually don't. And I just have to pray for this channel. That's all I can do. And thank you, Ms. Shannon, about Rumble. Yes, I'm on Rumble. People still ask me all the time. I've been on Rumble since I got my first strike, and I think I was in like 5 or 6 months, and I've been in almost 3 years on YouTube. There's just traffic. There's been changes. I do try to back up certain things over there. I don't interact really over there because I really kind of use it for a backup for, for videos or information that they seem is a problem here. Oh yeah, there's so many who start eating it up, and I mean, I'm kind of, I am kind of like, okay, everybody, God Himself gave us free will, and whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you need to do. But do not try to push on other people. You do what's best for you, and I say it all the time on my channel. You do what's best for you. I'm gonna do what's best for me, but don't get crazy with me because I don't tolerate that stuff. But anyways, I see all the. Thank you, Vision. I mean, I'm never over there. Does anyone use Rumble that much anymore? I did it for backup when I got my first strike and was in YouTube jail. Yeah, I agree. I mean, my thing is just knowledge is power. If you educate yourself, go look things up, do a little research, not the first page of Google, and some deeper research, and not what mainstream anything says. Um, you don't have to be. People say, "Oh, I'm not in the medical side. I'm not in the medical side or the naturopathic side." Either I'm not, and they don't know. I'm like, you can still find out. Okay, you can. Um, really, Road Real Rumble? I don't know. I've never done a live over there. Like I said, I just back things up, and then I would have to remember to go over there and check comments because but the traffic's not over there, and that's why I didn't put a ton of energy. See, there goes my little internet thing. Is it gone again? Because it's flashing up on my side, and that it is. Sorry. It's maybe YouTube because of what I'm talking about. Yeah, they usually do. Like they usually don't. Like I mean, that's a different than hornets and wasps and stuff like that. Now, wasps will find me in a snowstorm, and they'll bother me. But see, and now it just went away. Did it mess up? Are there more trolls over there? Really? Huh? More trolls than YouTube? I find that extremely hard to believe because I feel like I'm beating them off with a stick every day. Ridiculous. You know how it is. That's crazy. Maybe because you can say more over there. I don't know. I agree with this. I agree with that. And that's downhill, right? I don't know how I missed that comment. But yeah. And see what's happening. No storms. It's bright and sunny and hot. It's probably heat. It's probably melting. Starlink is so hot and humid. That's what's happening. Froze for a moment. Sorry, guys. Rumble was bought out. Somebody, y'all may know in the comments a definite. I believe it was bought. I know it was bought out. Was it a Canadian company that bought it out? And there was changes because there was changes even in mine. There were still things that still were not really allowed, and they started cracking down on things. And I thought, well, that's useless. It was bought out, and then the way they would back up your stuff, all that changed. It just wasn't worth it to me. Tons of trolls over there. See, I'm not over there. I mean, I back up my stuff, but I don't watch or mess with it. It is pretty bad, but that's crazy. I never knew. See, there goes my internet thing. This is what my thing is. I'm just like, I mean, 2 years ago, August, it was the same thing, and they just run that script. It's just nonsense, and it's just maybe it is solar flares. I don't know. My strong opinion is, in the end, anyone that is very rural area. Thank you, Vision. Yes, a Canadian company. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100%. Thank you for that. And we've been saying this for a long time, and several people have been saying this, is, hey, Ridge Runner, good to see you, is that rural people, people who are in the cities, or they feel like they can control, and they're in their little area more, where they want them to be, where they can, maneuver them more and contain them more. The rural people, they see, and I'm not saying this is true for people that are in the city, vice versa, or people who are rural. I know people who are very rural and they're not doing a daggone thing. They're not doing anything. And I'm like, well, what are you out here for? But anyways, I think that they'll do things for rural people that they can't get to go to where they want. We've been saying this. I said, it'll be floods and fires, and they'll do things where they start cutting things out. There is no way that all of a sudden 3 providers that worked in this area for a long time, we had one for more than a year here, worked perfectly fine, said, oh, we cut off. We don't serve those areas. And it's not just me. I have had many people get up with me since then, some in Washington State, different people in Florida, South Carolina. There's several different states. And I said, yeah. And one of them said, we got a notice, and that they gave us 30 days that they were never longer going to serve our area. And they were like, nobody will be held to contracts, and it's going out. And that individual and the other people I've talked to are very rural also. I think that is going to be their plan about things. We're going to cut them off. Oh, we'll cut off. They don't have internet. They can't communicate, do what they want, or see things the way we do, because that is what our TV is through that also. We don't have like cable, but our TV came through that. There's different things. Then it'll be comms. Oh, speaking of that, because I've heard of those people, 3 of the ones that got up and me said, I'm having, when that happened with the internet service stuff that was, they're taking it away, they also started having things that they said, well, now our cell service is hardly working. And they're like, I've never had a problem. I've never had that issue, and now our phones aren't working. I think that's part of that, bit by bit cut us off. They probably think us out here is, we'll just end up dying off. We're going to starve. We're not going to have communications. We're not going to have this. In time, I think that's their plan. Just my humble opinion. Let me see. Yeah. Which country people don't play? See, my internet thing keeps on coming up. Huckleberry? I don't know, sir. You freezing and glitch in real life? I can see that. Probably so, sir. Yeah, I know this wasn't towards me, but I do see that there's a big thing in different areas where you see these big metro areas, and then they start spreading that out it starts spilling out, and all their nonsense ways in those big areas, they start spilling out into the rural areas as well. Yeah. Oh, really? I don't know anything about stuff. I am not a tech person. Okay, like I hate to have to get a new phone. I will put duct tape on that before I have to get a new phone. I cannot stand to learn. I can't stand any of it. I'm not a technical person. That's Huckleberry has to deal with that. Yeah, nothing. I see y'all talking about hardly any neighbor. Now around here I won't, because I'm around protected land and stuff like that. Good for me on that. But floods and fires when they don't have that normally. Hey, Sunset Gason, how are you? Yeah. I know you better call Elon or something. MJ Alaska, how are you? Let me see. Oh, really? See, we have those towers. We have those towers around, and they've been fine. And then they were like, oh, it basically was like, oh, we just cut them towers off. I mean, the towers are there, and they've been up. So I don't know. Well, early on when it first started happening, like the first week it was going on and everything, they were like, oh, they're servicing those towers. They're servicing them. So I was like, okay, well, they're updating something. It's gonna be better, right? We didn't have any issues with it. Once in a blue moon, but not really. Not like this. Y'all were with me. I've been doing, lives and uploads, no problem. And then as time went, and we called and called and called and called, and and then they were finally like, oh yeah, we don't service that area anymore. Yeah, but so you're not held to contract, and that's the big thing. When they start saying not holding you contracts, or you're not in a contract, just go find someone else. They don't care. Michelle. Anyways, it's never ending. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. I'm getting caught up in the things. I'll make sure I'm not missing anything. Let me see about this phones. Yeah. It's all going to go down. I mean, I always think if it's like, say it has to be an upgrade or something, I'm like, as soon as I upgrade something and buy it, everything will crash. And that's going to what? It's going to be used to level a table or something. I mean, it just drives me crazy. I think it's coming. Maybe we should all get sat phones. About that. Invest in ham radio stuff. Yeah, anything like that. That's what I think. Okay. Hey, Seabass. Good to see you. But anyways, I hope all y'all are doing well and not getting in a fret. And I do have people who get scared, have kiddos. people with immune issues, kiddos with immune issues, they get up about this stuff that they're throwing out and they're reading it and seeing it everywhere. And I understand. I get it. I mean, but don't let that consume you. Just look at it as a whole of what they're trying to do and their angle for things. Just don't, because easier when you're fearful. When people are fearful and they're hungry because they haven't prepped, or they're scared, or different things, they're going to be most likely to comply. Yes, please line me up. Whatever it is, the special antidote. Put me in the 15-minute cities, because I don't want to be hungry. I don't want my children, myself, my family, sick, hungry, on and on and on. They know that. And none of us do. I mean, we know the end game. We knew all these things were going to come to pass. I know where my end result is, no matter how or when that happens. I don't want to suffer in the meantime. So we do what we have, what we can. And I hope you're of faith and trust God with the rest. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I'm reading all stuff. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. I have to look it up. I agree. I mean, the good book tells you it's coming, and it's coming rapidly, and they have their results, and they're part of this evilness. They're driven by all that. I mean, they so much as have to give us a playbook. They got to tell us what they're going to do. So we try to stay a couple steps ahead. So then when things come, it's like, oh, well, don't be surprised. They said it, and we knew. And I mean, how many times when all this stuff was going on, the Bugman himself, he was just like, it's not if, but when the next pandemic comes, they tell us. They've had a couple of years to play mad scientist with things. Yeah, let me see what Robin's got to say. Yeah, see? I think it's going to be LDs. I think they're going to try to cripple things in a different manner. Just like they don't have to, all the world's stuff, warring stuff that go on. People are like, oh, I'm scared they're going to drop a nuke. They don't have to do that. The way America, these first world problem issues, they just got to let the internet or the grid go. People would lose their minds. And yes, it's going to be an inconvenience. Yes, it's going to be an adjustment. But what have I said? I've been saying it for years. And even way before I was up here, our ancestors did it, and it can be done. You're just going to have to adjust. That's just what it is. Hey, Amy, how are you? Dog bath. I just had to give mine. And I still have water out here. And my dog, Thunder, he keeps getting in the water, and then I have to go bathe him. The water, some of it's still standing out there. Drives me nuts. Oh, let me see about this earthquake. Go ahead. Just when and where? What region of that? Did you see the earthquake that happened to Russia? And now they have volcanic activity after that happened. I agree with that. Yeah. Canada's already got their stuff in the works. They've got their stuff. I have an image. I should put it up. My community tab. They have their stuff in the works. They're going to go first. And when I say when everything happens over across the pond, it always rolls its way over. Yes, when you watch those other places, I have people tell me all the time, oh, that's this. They don't have this. They don't have that. That happens in this country. I'm telling you, there's things that they can do there. Quicker and easier because they've implemented certain things and taken certain things away over the years, but it rolls across in different manner, but it comes. I've just been so many earthquakes, Seabass. I've been seeing them nonstop all over the place, just all over the world. I'm just scanning through here. Oh yeah, people would lose their minds. They'd come unglued. They wouldn't know what to do. People aren't prepared. They'd freak out. And that's why, you need to be where you're supposed to be and have what you have before that time comes. There's that, first 72 hours and stuff, you need to be hunkered down somewhere. I'm not up there. I want to think that I haven't seen them in here. Rip Curl. I think Rip Curl said that they were having issues with, there was still smoke out there. So I know some of them. Is chat crashing for everybody? Is that like just your end? Is that like a YouTube thing? Or, I don't know. I've heard that. I get that. I can't remember the error code. There's an error code that will come up for me, and it'll say, and then it'll keep asking you to hit a button to retry, and it'll go away. I have that happen quite often when I'm in different chats. It depends on what they're talking about also. That's what I think it has to do with, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, that's true. People every day, we've been talking about this, and Josh and I were talking about this the other day, and like, people are just getting weird, more so. You can just feel it around you in person and everything. It's ridiculous, but we knew that was going to happen. Okay, I'm reading the coffee. Okay. So it's not everywhere. It's not this. It's not my end, I guess. I know the full moon. Is it an orange, red moon? Is it coming? Is it a Monday? Is Monday the full moon? My biggest thing is with the communications is anyone that isn't. It's like everyone's is that fear thing. Anyone that isn't home, you're not home. I need to know where you're at. That's why we try to, even our adult children and ourselves, if we're not around, it's like, hey, you have these game plans. Either meetup plan, you have to have, this is a meetup area, or who goes to try, if you're trying to get here, we have to get somebody. That is always, it is. It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be unsettling, and that's why you got to have plans to at least take some of that down, because we're used to that. I mean, think back when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones from in between. Hey, I'm letting somebody know I'm leaving, headed this way. I'll call you when I get there. It'd be hours or a day later. It's just something we've become accustomed to, and it is hard. It's going to be worrisome. Yeah. Well, that, and a lot of prescription meds, when they do that, and that stops, and people are going, because when there was a shortage on a lot of things, I had people that were having a time on prescription regular meds. Forget that they were short on antibiotics, and they were very short on that. There was a lot of blood pressure medicine, anesthesia medicine. These people who were on ADHD medicine and antidepressants, and they were on all these things. And then it was like, so we don't have it. We don't have it at any of these locations this reach. I don't know what to tell you. And people were, that's going to be, and they know that. They know that this is well orchestrated all the way across. And they're evil because they don't care how people are suffering or anything else. But anyways, yeah, so I always say, you may not be on the natural side of things. And that is anyone's choice. I don't have a problem with that. You do what you need to do for you. But you better have some backup plans for different things in case, because the day will come. We don't make anything here. Other countries could cripple us in just a snap, because we don't have any of that stuff here. And most people, you can't get a large amount of stockpile when everything crashes. You're not going to get months and months and months, a year worth of some type of medication. You're not going to get it. And I don't say that to be fear-mongering. That's a reality. And that's the type of stuff I worry about. And I tell people, please start these things that can be altered for a backup, or certain things can be adjusted in diet and lifestyle and health-wise, and adjusted so you can wean off of different things safely. See your doctor, read my disclaimer, because I worry, because that's a lot different than people getting snatched off with something cold turkey. Oh, you're talking about the haze. Nancy, you're talking about the haze. Yeah, that fire. We've had one bad fire out here many, many, many years ago. 20 years ago, something. Not right here, but it was in the area. It was a wildfire. And it had that weird haze you couldn't see. It was ash falling everywhere. And that's at the time that I had a lot of horses, and I was riding all the time. And doing that, and I was spraying them down. There was hot ash falling everywhere. That's the only really bad fire that I've been that close to before. I always think about that as a West Coast or Midwest thing. I know. So you could let them know about themselves, right? You got to push the button really hard now. No, it doesn't help. Thank you, Montana. Yeah, I hit that. I mean, I hate to ask. I don't do the YouTube stuff, but the thumbs up and all that helps their nonsense, Miss Sharon. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, really? I know. What are they doing? I mean, what is it? Wildfires? I don't keep up with that as much. Is it wildfires they're saying is going on? They're doing controlled burns. I mean, what is the claim of something, some facility on fire? Is this a norm thing in the last couple of years? That sorry, Canada. What is their reasoning for that? Yikes! Yeah, I saw Montana with the asthma. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad and I have two in my family that have asthma, and that can be very serious. Let me see. Oh, really? Well, how about that? Oh my. But anyways, evil is evil, right? Hey, Fish Sticks, how are you? I sent you an email right before I came on here. Hey, KC Smalls, how are you? That's okay if you're late. That's all right. I'm always in the replay gang everywhere I go. Yeah. Of course, like everything else. That's why I find it insulting that they think we're going to believe all their nonsense. Try again. Yeah, whatever with the it's ridiculous. Replay gang. Yes, I appreciate my replay. I do have a high replay on things. I appreciate you guys because I know a lot of times when people go, if I'm not sitting up here or uploading something, I'm busy. And so I try to pop in and show, love and support to people. A lot of times I am in the replay, or I'm there and I'm listening because it's on my phone. I'm listening, but I'm not in chat. But I make sure I go hit the like and give you also support. It just happens. I get it. Life is first always. See, but also, Mary, as you bring this up about again, when they destroy all the, this is like livestock, it ends up being food. When they destroy all the area that's how they're gonna eat. That's how they fatten them up. That's how they turn and feed us and everything. They destroy all that, and then what? See, it's all connected. It's just a giant spider web, and it all has this purpose in their little schemes. But anyways, guys, so what's everybody got doing? Especially here we are to get ready to change the season. I mean, not for me. I won't get cold to October, which is sad, but a lot of people are getting ready to change the seasons. Different things going on. Yeah, big cattle country. Absolutely. Guess we'll be vegans. I mean, I'll be a vegan before I eat bugs. I can tell you that much, Sharon. But that's why you better grow your stuff, right? Preserve it how you can. Nancy was about the fire. I heard a lot of people said it smelled like tires burning plastic. People were getting really sick. Was an abnormal, not a. I mean, if woods and wildfires go, yes, it's smoky, but it doesn't have that chemical type smell, which causes a lot of issues. I heard that since things been going on. We've been around that fire we had in North Carolina a couple years ago. It went on and on and on. It had that smell. It was awful. I mean, you could not even be outside. Yeah, what are y'all doing for I guess everybody's situation is different for your fall garden stuff. I know. I keep looking out there where my situation was, and I am very grateful. But then I'm kind of kicking myself like I should have just went and got those things that were not quite ready and got them off. We just never expected a flood. We just thought, hurricanes, it's like, okay, that's what we do. That's what we do down the coast is we do hurricanes. And I left, there's things I wish I would have went out there and just picked beforehand, but that's what happens. Yeah, we had a lot of peppers. My bell peppers didn't. I had so many bell peppers the last year. Not as many this year, but like all my other peppers and tomatoes, we were just tomatoes, tons and tons and tons this year. It goes in cycles like that. And my zucchini. Our zucchini were humongous. I've never had zucchini that big before. They were humongous. And the whole plant and everything, it was just humongous. It was unreal. I did great. Tons of beans. We got a lot of beans. I got a lot of beans and stuff in the freezer. We ate a ton, tons of them, different things. Hey, Devil Dog, how are you? Good to see you. Let me see what your produce said about your. You know what? I was talking about. I'm going to get to you. Is my broccoli? 2 years in a row now. My broccoli starts bolting. My broccoli starts bolting, and then it's just done. I just can't get it to do. What are you doing, Yardbird? Yeah, you should talk to your plants. You don't talk to your plants? Play music or sing to them? House plants too. It helps them. They like that. Did you do those science experiments when you were in school? Oh, thanks, Wild Bill. Wild Bull. Sorry, not Wild Bill. I'll have to look. I don't know. I don't know how that. Is it messing up? It's just it'll pop up on mine and show me if it's like the bars or something are going down. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, we're in the 90s. Our heat index and stuff is hot. It's humid and hot. Pretty much since we've had that storm, it's ridiculous. The plants. Let me see what you're asking here. Oh, you were asking Miss Sharon. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm not eating any bugs. That's not happening. I will be a vegan over that before I eat bugs. Coffee, you're funny. No, you told me your plants. Yeah, some of them is like, okay, you want me sweet talk you? What do you want? Infinity throwing fits. What do you want? That's how some of my house plants are. Yeah, I gotta have. Meat. We're meat people. We eat a lot of meat. Let me see. I gotta put these up here. Yeah, that's what we do. Oh, you talking about for your broccoli? I think that's how we started all of ours. Mine will they'll be doing great and then bolting and then you're done. It's, keeps on. And you go up there and try to take the top off when it starts doing that. But this year, like when we were still in North Carolina, like last year before, our bok choy did great. We did bok choy, we were eating it and getting that and everything. But then this garden season that we just had, my broccoli and my bok choy were both bolting. And no matter what I did, I could not get it to stop. So that was a bust. That and my potatoes. Potatoes did not do well at all. It was so miserable hot. I talked about it was so hot and dry, and that was unusual. We went 3 weeks without rain, and then after that 3 weeks, it was like raining. Pouring buckets every day, and they just sprouted. It got bad, and that happens. That's just who's, season to season. Certain crops do great, and other ones don't. It's just hit and miss how it goes. I guess that's why we put things away, and hopefully it rotates and you still have stuff put away if it doesn't do good the next year. Oh, Amy, doing your dogs. What kind of dog you got? Big dogs? That's what we have to do. I don't know. Some people are hit and miss on their guard dogs for shift. But all right, guys. Anyways, anything else you want to do, or anybody has anything going on, throw it down there. By all means, throw it down there. Do what you can. Please don't get caught up in the nonsense. It's just not worth it. It's not worth stealing your peace and joy and your mindset about stuff. Educate yourself on the reality of it versus what their new claims are. And if they went in there and altered and messed with things, then again, you have things that you're prepared. I mean, the things I talk about, and I've talked about on the video attached to a link's attached to my community tab about it. Again, I did it 2 years ago. They played this little same song and dance. Just have the stuff on hand. And that's what you do. And then you keep on moving forward. And don't fall into the trap they're setting up for you. For everybody. Thank you, Coffee. I appreciate it. All of you. I do have the best people in my chat. Truly, I do. I always have a really easygoing, supportive, loving, good chat. I just do. I appreciate you guys dearly. It is the best chat. That's right, Miss Sharon. I appreciate my mods. I appreciate all you subs and everything. Truly, I couldn't do all this without you guys. I really appreciate it. But anything else, you can put that. Thank you, Thistlemoon. I appreciate you. Bye, Seabass. But y'all have a great week. I'm sure I'll upload something this week. Don't forget about the little cooling towel things. Check out if you're online or look in different places. They're clearancing the summer stuff out, and those are little things you can have. Simple things you don't make think of, but you're going to think about it when it's hot. But they do work. They work well. All right, yard birds. Everyone, I appreciate you guys. Do what you can and leave the rest to God. And then we just keep on keeping on, keep fighting the good fight. All right, guys. I will see you guys next time.